Hi there. So, my question out of the 9 questions was, to what extent do you honor culture as a natural and normal part of the community you serve? In my previous position with Beaverton School District, I worked in two different Title I schools. Um, I do think we were aware of culture and cultural values and historical treatment and things like that. And I do think that we were probably a little bit of a step ahead of the Maple View situation, in that we tried to recognize our implicit bias and entitlement. But I did hear really similar comments to Jones from some of our staff over the years, and I think we thought we were honoring culture in our school by having multicultural nights or Hispanic heritage nights and things like that. But we didn't change our thinking in the way that Barbara's trying to get Joan to do. We didn't treat those people from other cultures as an asset. We didn't change our lens of thinking, things like that. Parents didn't serve on our PTA or volunteer in classrooms much, and so the effort was there and the awareness was there, but we weren't quite where we needed to be. And although we thought that maybe we were honoring them in some ways, we were not immersed in the school together and working together to find what was best for our students. At the same time, a lot of our staff was white and didn't live in the boundaries of the school, and so I think that added to the situation the way it was. Um, and in another situation, I lived in a town just right next door in Tigard. My kids went to a Title I school there. I even put my own kids in a full immersion Spanish program in an effort to honor the culture and become a part of the community. But I lived in a newer pocket within the school boundary that, wasn't close to where some of these kids lived. Um, and despite the effort to immerse my own kids and raise them in an unbiased way, I didn't teach them directly about oppression or change my lens in the way that Barbara's talking about with Joan. And we talked about entitlement, but in the end, we still really hung out with our people. Um, and the effort was there, but it truly didn't happen the way I think I thought it was going to. And it was mainly because I just didn't know how to do that, I think, at the time. And so this has all been pretty eye opening and amazing for me to learn about. When the kids were young, they went to play dates and things like that over at kids' houses from other cultures. But as they got older, I saw a separation that likely I caused by not doing it the way that we're learning about, right? I didn't change my thinking and my lens um, and do those things that I was trying to teach. And again, probably because I just didn't know how to do that. Back at the school, I saw really similar things happening in our neighborhood school that I did at the school where I taught. They had people bring homemade food from their culture to the multicultural nights, and had dancers from different places in the world. And many of the staff were bilingual, including the principal. And they set up social Saturdays to integrate more kids from different cultures. And so I think even despite an even bigger effort from our neighborhood school, we still saw similar results in the classroom as far as what kids were struggling with. Families didn't socialize much outside of the school events, and clearly the teachers did not remove the assumptions that they had about students and their families, and recognize their own entitlement. So I mean, I can only hope that these schools are getting some of the training around what we're discussing in this class, and learning that it's not about strategies or events. It's about changing your thinking.